There we go. We are live on Facebook. We are live on Instagram. Ooh, Underdog Fitness. This episode brought to you by Underdog Fitness. Equipment brand for the underdog. All right. So I'm thinking, I got to take my socks off, but I'm thinking we do a little lateral day. I know you and Sean did some acceleration work yesterday. Is that correct? Oh, there we go. Now you can hear me. You can hear me? Are you there? I can hear you through that. Are you there? All right, here we go. Yeah, so I was saying Sean did a good acceleration day yesterday, so we're going to come back. We're going to do some change of direction. Also working on some ankle stability stuff. You know, I was texting you before we started this. I've been going down the rabbit hole on just sprint mechanics and acceleration mechanics, because there was a couple things that I learned in the last month or so. I would say more like 3 months or so, that I really wanted to see if it was like valid or not. And I kind of go back to like what I originally learned, and I even found like some 40-yard dash starts that I did in like 2015 from the library. I was trying to clear out my computer to make room for these podcasts, and you know, not a lot has really changed since then, so that's a good thing. But I think there's just some nuances in terms of like how I can communicate to athletes. So I'm looking forward to coming back together as a staff and sharing those types of things. But most people out there are crazy. That's what I've come to determine. So we're gonna start. We're gonna go about 5 feet to the left and then about 5 feet to the right, and I'm just gonna go on my right leg. So you know, take this slow if you need to, but we're just doing a little ankle warm up here. So I'm just gonna be doing medial hops. All right, and then once I get to about 5 feet, I'm gonna come back the other way. All right, and now as I do these medial hops, I'm gonna go down and back 3 times. I'm gonna think about dorsiflexion every time I come back off the ground. So I'm gonna start to feel that in my anterior tibialis. That's that shin bone muscle that we feel on the outside of our shin. And good. So once we knock out 3 times down and back, we're gonna do a very similar drill. All right, so this one is like lateral ankling. So we know ankling is a part of our top speed work. All right, we got our lateral ankling. Again, I'm gonna think about getting off the ground. I'm gonna think about hitting the ground quickly, getting off, but I'm also dynamically moving lateral. I only wanna come about 1 inch off the ground for this warm-up drill. So we're gonna go down and back 3 times. Again, not hauling. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see. All right, let's see what. All right, so we'll do that. We'll do that 3 times. Uh-oh. Okay, I gotta go down and back 1 more time. Lateral ankling. Good, and good. So the next one, again, focusing on the ankles here. The next one is gonna be a hop, hop, jump. All right, so I'm gonna just keep going back and forth, side to side. But it's gonna be hop, hop, jump. Hop, hop, jump. So notice how in that hop, hop, jump, we'll go back and forth 4 times with this one. Notice how when I go to jump, I drop my body angle. That's gonna allow me to produce force. So I just get low to drop, get low to produce force. Hop, hop, jump. Hop, hop, jump. And the number of hops we're getting here doesn't really matter. Just do a couple, and then once you're ready, you can load in to that inside edge to get that lateral bound. That's all it is. Good. We'll do like 1 more coming back. good. So, good. Continuing with the warm-up, now we're kind of loose, at least our body is moving a little bit. We're gonna go some of the typical stuff we do. So, we're gonna go our T-spine twists, our thoracic spine. We're gonna twist 5 each way. And then we're gonna go to the other side. Oh yeah, we're tight. Good, all right. We'll go knee hug, able to knee hug the lunge, knee hug the lunge. Yeah, I mean, it's like not, I don't like warming up, period. And I definitely don't like warming up the upper body. Oh, absolutely. And I think that, like, depending on the sport you play too, you know, it has different effects on, you know, if you're a baseball player, like it's a must. You know, if you're a wide receiver, like it's not as important. But if you're a quarterback, it's a must, absolutely. So let's go cross behind lunges. We'll go 5 each way. Good. Anybody watching at home, today's the last day to try and jump on that challenge, right? Walk your half mile of lunges, knock that out, post your time. T3 will repost it. All right, just get out and get moving. We've had some nicer days here, so definitely want to take advantage of that. All right, with the weather. So we're gonna go hip airplane. In fact, I think this might be a better exercise to show from this angle. So I'm gonna go down into my single leg RDL, and then I'm gonna rotate and open my hip up. And these aren't gonna be perfect, and we're gonna go slow with these. All right, you're gonna do 5 each way. Focus on the stability on the glute that is down connected to the ground. So we'll go 5 each way, take your time, no rush through these. Okay. Oh, nice. That was Shane. I saw that one. Yeah. That's awesome. Lunging across America. Hey, did you see that thing on, maybe anybody at home saw this. There was some illegal drag racing going on from New York to California, like trying to race. I don't know what they called the race, but it was like called the death race or something like that. And it was how fast they could drive across the country. And the best time was 26 hours. Averaging speeds over 100 miles an hour. Yeah, so we're gonna do that was real life. We're gonna do 26 push-ups for that guy who drove across the country in 26 hours. Don't try that at home, but you can definitely try these 26 push-ups at home. All right. So we talked about, we are coming at you with some lateral speed day. You know, I think the theme this week has been increasing our push-ups as we go. So that was our first round. We'll call that 25. I was able to knock out 200 with Spencer on Wednesday. We'll see how many we get to if we just throw in sets of 15 and sets of 20 and sets of 25 here as we go. So the first thing I want to do is go back to those hops and drops. So we were talking about it. We were talking about how, you know, before we go into that jump, we need to get low. So the first drill we're going to do is the same idea, but with the squat push lateral. I like the squat push lateral because it's a little bit more controlled. So we're going to do squat push laterals. We're going to go back and forth 5 times. It'll look like this. I'm going to start on one leg. I'm going to drop into it and then slide out. So I'm going to start on one leg, drop into it, and then slide out. It's like a skater bound, but I'm just not so focused about getting into the air. So we're going to go down and back 5 times. We'll go ahead, we'll just work at the same time on this one. It'll take a while. All right, so at home, 5 each way, and go. Good. Drop to it, slide through it. Drop to it, slide through it. Drop to it, slide through it. I did it. It's kind of nice though. Slide through it. Drop to, slide through. Again, watch out for rug burn if you're dragging your bare feet across that carpet, but that's better than falling. And as we load that inside edge, think about everything that's connected above it. All right, that knee, that hip, okay, that glute. What is our core doing? All right, making sure we're in good athletic positions. All right, so that was our 5. All right, squat, push, laterals. And again, squat, push, lateral, my favorite exercise to start teaching kids how to use their inside edge to move. Although some people out there might think that the inside edge isn't the right way to move, but I like it. That's one of the things that I'm reconfirmed about and how we move. Yeah, so the next one, we're gonna go back to our jumps. So I'm gonna drop and I'm gonna jump. Now don't worry so much about the distance. Worry about being smooth with it. Worrying about dropping quick, getting off the ground quick. So this time it's like a quick drop, a little higher. We're gonna drop quick and get up. So try and stick that landing, but again, it's all about being able to drop quick and get off the ground. We got about 5 each way on those as well. Drop quick, get up. 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 All right. So after 5 of those, all right. So after 5 of those, we're gonna start adding our crossover steps into that. Okay, which means we're gonna drop on the opposite leg, right? So instead of dropping on my right leg and pushing off my right leg, I'm gonna drop on my left leg and cross over with my right leg. So we'll go back to the squat, push, laterals. So this time I'm gonna drop here and then slide. Drop here and then cross over and slide. Were you able to see that? Sweet. All right. So we got 5 of those each way. Again, single leg drop to a crossover squat, push, lateral. The name is a lot more complicated than the exercise. Good. Drop, cross, push. Drop, cross, push. At home also, watch my lean into it. All right, I'm gonna drop, I'm gonna lean the way I wanna go. All right, we talk about our shin angles, they're like steering wheels. So if my shins start leaning, my body goes with it. And that's what we want. You can see it a little bit better on this angle. Drop, lean, punch, and then we're good. Drop, lean, punch, and then we're good. So again, about 5 each way. I think I got 1 more each side. Drop. Good. And again, we're doing that drop to emphasize, 1, getting like the cueing in our body, hit the ground, go, and 2, it sets us up to get lower than we typically want to do these drills at, which is super important. If we can train low, train lower than we play, we'll kind of play at a default that might be a little bit higher than we train, but it'll be low enough to be successful in our sport. So same thing here. All right, I'm gonna drop on this side, drop on my right leg, and then I'm gonna do that bound that we just did. So it's a drop to crossover bound, and again, drop to get low, boom, explode. Drop to get low, boom. And we're just going back and forth. Drop, boom. I'm still leaning a little bit with this one. I'm still falling into it. We want to almost control fall into the way we want to go. We got 1 more each side. All right. So that's our prep work. All right, we can call that our prep work for the speed today. All right, now I want you to either get cones, get your paper hurdles, get your donuts, get your pizzas. I'm gonna use my socks today. All right, and this isn't anything more than a work capacity drill. It's a simple drill. often overlooked by us because we like to get too fancy with things. But all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shuffle from this sock to that sock. And as I do that, I'm gonna go for about 15 seconds and I'm gonna stay low. All right, let me get my timer out in front of me. Ooh, 25 push-ups. 25 push-ups, go. Yeah, filling out this tank top a little bit better. Yeah, we'll get to 100 by the time we're done with these. All right, so we're gonna go, when I say go, we shuffle back and forth. Speed is not the goal, control and low is the goal. All right, you'll automatically get faster. All right, just worry about feeling that burn, getting low, get lower than you wanna be. All right, 15 seconds. And go. This is like our mirror drill at T3. Know when you're gonna change directions. Try and stay low through that change directions. Again, I'm only going about 5 feet by 5 feet. We're about 10 seconds in. Hang in there, get low for 5. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Good, so we'll do that one more time. Definitely feeling that in my glutes and my hamstrings. Definitely feeling these next 25 push-ups in my chest. Go ahead and hit another 25. Woo. There we go. Oh yeah. How many burpees you get in? Okay. All right. That's a lot. All right, here we go. Back to our lateral speed work. 15 seconds and go. Again, we're sacrificing speed here for staying super low. 15 seconds, keeping them hips low. Anticipating when you change direction. We're only going about 5 feet in between. We got about 5 seconds left. I'm not taking huge steps. I'm just focusing on staying low. 3, 2, and 1. All right, let's knock out 25 more push-ups. And again, if you're at home and you can't do 25, that's fine. Do 5, do 10, do what you can. But every time we do push-ups, y'all gotta do push-ups. Woo! All right, now we're gonna take the same drill we just did, but we're gonna incorporate that crossover with it. So we're gonna get our crossover speed going. Again, not focused on speed, and if we're doing crossover anyway, we're not focused on speed. Our crossover run, all right, our crossover run is specifically for change of direction. All right, so we're gonna wanna make sure we stay low through that change of direction. All right. All right, here we go. 5, 2 times, 15 seconds. 2 times, 15 seconds. Ready? And go. Trying to keep our knees straight, our toes straight. Keep that lean whenever we change. Boom. Lean to change directions. Try not to get stuck in a cut. Try and load in and load out. 5 seconds left. Cross it over. And good. Whew. All right. So we're already at 100 push-ups. So let's take out the next chunk in that. Let's get another 25. Ooh, 125. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, and I think too, just like general adaptation, right? We've been doing the SpeedWorks for a while, so we should be adapted to be able to do more and more and more each week, each day. So let's hit another round, but absolutely just trying to add work output. All right, 15 seconds, back and forth, go. Again, keep the toes straight, stay low. Our hips stay square, our shoulders stay square. All right, so the camera the whole time, 5 seconds left. Good, moving quick, moving quick. 3, make it down and back one more time, 2, and 1. All right, so that's the last one of those. So yeah, get a sit. While you're getting a sit, we're gonna knock out 25 more, which I think brings us to, it'll bring us to 150. So 25 more push-ups, grab that water, and then we're gonna get into some dynamic movement with those drills we just did. All right. So that'll actually be the last set of 25 before we do a finisher that involves 50 push-ups. And we're going to need to set up a Bermuda triangle. So we're going to do a Bermuda. You're right. Right. This one involves pizza and donuts. Doesn't have to be a ton of space. Hopefully y'all at home can see this, but it's about, ooh, the squeezy triangle. All right. So about 4 feet in between each one. All right, so now we're gonna incorporate a couple different movements into this. All right, but we are gonna start at the top, or I don't know whether this would be the bottom, but I'm on the left side. So what I'm gonna do, all right, is I'm going to go diagonal sprint up, crossover diagonal behind, lateral shuffle back to the top. So controlled sprint up, drop step, into a crossover, into a shuffle. Okay? So again, one more time, I'm up, I drop step, crossover, and then I have to pivot again. Okay, we're gonna do 2 different variations. So that's the first variation. So when we go to do that crossover, I'm crossing and opening up to the pyramid. I think that might help visualize that. And I'm gonna go through 3 times each side. So when I say go, just knock out your 3 times. Again, there's no right or wrong way to do this. Just be an athlete through it. All right, let's get to work. And go. And 3. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. Again, I'm going to flip to the other side, controlled sprint forward, opening my crossover run to the pyramid, to the Bermuda triangle, and we got 3. And go. There's a couple changes of directions here. a couple pivots, a couple hip turns. That's why I like this, because we don't get married to the most efficient way. We have to be able to adjust on the fly. You never know when you're gonna screw up getting a bad read off of the bat if you're a baseball player and having to move in different ways. So that was one each side. So now we're gonna flip that, starting on, all right, so starting on the left side again. And this time I'm gonna start with a shuffle, then a sprint, and then this time I'm gonna cross over and open away from the pyramid. So shuffle, shuffle, sprint, crossover, drop step, sprint, crossover. All right, so let's knock out 3 of those each side, and then we'll get on to our finisher. All right, go. So after we knock out that left side, head over to the right side and flip it. And again, it's going to be shuffle, sprint, crossover, shuffle. All right, very good. So grab a quick sip. I'm gonna get a stopwatch. We'll be right back for our finisher. All right. So like I said, I promised 50 more push-ups. So every minute on the minute, we are gonna do 10 push-ups, 10 V-ups. Remaining time, all right, we are gonna do a, plank on our forearms. So again, a little finisher. All right, we got our, push-ups for 10, V-ups for 10, and then the remaining time on that minute, all right, we're gonna be hitting a plank on our forearms. Now, we might be varying that up, so pay attention. I might say right arm up, left leg up on the plank. We will vary it, all right, but just know that that's coming. And CT, whenever you are ready, I'll hit go. Start with the push-ups right into the V-ups, every minute on the minute. And go. All right, so now we're onto that plank. The first one, we're gonna just hang out in this plank position. Not worry about any variations yet. All right, just focus on keeping that core tight. Pulling that belly button through the back. Not letting our hips sink like that. 15 seconds left. Then we're right back on the push-up game. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and up and go. Round 2. Oh yeah. All right, right back into that plank. What workout? The lunge repeat. So hey, you know what? I also think that if you lunge and use a tracker that tracks steps, it's gonna put you short of the mile, of the half mile. Yeah. Like the Apple Watch doesn't have a map tied to it. And so that might just be back to the top. We got push-ups. Oh, shoot. Yeah, but I don't know if that was 3/4 of a mile. It might actually be the legit half mile. Yeah. And good. We got 2 more rounds. We got 2 more rounds. Push-ups, V-ups. Yeah, and definitely the whole point is just to lunge for a long amount of time that's been comfortable. This is beating me up a little bit in the core, man. My core is tight. Yeah. You're winning. Three, 2, 1. All right, here we go. Last minute, last round. Knock out your 10-10 and finish with that plank. Oh, that's 200 push-ups down, and it's not even 10 o'clock yet. Alright, let's finish it. 30-second plank. You know, this was hard enough. I never ended up doing any of the variations. A lot better than the first time. They are not bad. The hips are always tight, but it's just something I got to deal with. Didn't get too sore from that. And time. All right. So thanks for joining us today on Facebook. Nice job. That is all.